The Tapestry of Truth.
WELCOMEBACK, you bogan fucks to my truthful tapestry, eh? Where we're now a couple of months after we made a Dolphin King of France, and somehow all of our problems didn't instantly disappear. Who'd have known? And in fact, this dolphin was getting uppity with me, since I was the best thing to happen to France since the invention of parlour jazz. Word was that this group of evil advisors was trying to get the royal flipper whipper to have me trebuchet back into space where I came from. Little did they know that was my whole fucking plan anyway, but not before I'd stamped my name into every corner of France so that when another Napoleon showed up in the future claiming to be the master conqueror and shit, he'd be about as believable as a claim in an image from virushack.lel that hot housewives in your area were looking for sex now. Just click on this link. I.e. somewhat believable. Anyway, I managed to escape from the court intrigue to go recapture Paris from the Brits. Just as well as the dolphins were increasingly demanding that the court be filled with water and that everyone there undergoes DNA splicing to grow gills, even the mushroom people. Something told me that I was witnessing the origin of all those legends of Atlantis right here, but who cares when there's a whole city of shitty Britties queuing at the chippy and slurping Mr. Whippy while their hags drowned in lippy wallow in their pity, for they're no longer a fitty, and even less were they now witty, like Joan of Arc, so pretty, and she's coming to get gritty, killing all of us a bitchy Uries where we'll all end up. Bitchy. Things started pretty well actually, because after all that bullshit from earlier, I'd finally been given something that looked like an army, and even better, the artillery we'd been hearing so much about had finally been strapped to a pair of wheels and brought along. It was a military revolution. Who would have thought that these giant guns firing shots the size of your head at Mach 3 could have a military application? I tested them out on a church we stumbled across on the way to Gay Paris. Yeah, we were here to recapture the place, not destroy it, but come on, I'd finally got myself the Gen Wu era's equivalent of a Death Star. Of course there's going to be a little collateral damage. So, we collaterally damaged our way up to the gates of Paris, where finally a legitimate use for all these cannons emerged, since they had some fuck you fortifications set up to keep us out. So started blasting while a dude with a telepathic link back to me went to go check out the rest of the city perimeter, since I'd been told earlier I was meant to be liberating some local peasants or something, and we all know what we mean by liberating, don't we? A few lengthy arrow twangers showed up and shot one of my cannons. The dude pushing it got skewered and the cannon fell over. I don't know, that was the end of that I guess. We couldn't pick it up or get anyone else to carry it, so fuck it. No laws against littering around here, right? Just leave the goods, leave the body. We've got way more goods to spill and people to kill inside this place. My sneaky recon rider found out the Brits had a defence base to the southwest of the city. Why? Well, perhaps because there was another entrance there that went straight to our destination, bypassing most of the city itself. How did I know that was our destination? Well, the Brits had very kindly set up a French flag there and told me all about it. It was the location where these peasants we needed to free were being held. So we just needed to swing around to the other side of town. On the way I spotted a couple of onagers inside the wall and couldn't resist getting some sweet fucking revenge on those guys. Taste the new flavour in artillery, you tension engine tossers. Blasting the buggers stirred the Brits up a little, so I had to find a load more longbogans, but soon we traipsed over to near Brit Base Alpha. While I was checking my map, my crazy destructor files collaterally damaged a whole load more stuff. I told them to stop it now, as it was time to go, and they all packed up, except this one fucking edgelord, who couldn't resist firing one last shot to destroy one more family's life. Nice one, Jean de Lorraine, whoever the fuck you are. Is that him? They carved him doing his famous look, I don't give a fuck, since it was the only face he could hold for more than 5 microseconds. Jean de fucking Lorraine. That psycho led the bombardment of the British towers. Even though the towers had cannons bigger than ours, they didn't try to fight back, so that's nice, eh? So many cannons sticking out of that tower that if any of them actually fired, the recoil would just make it smash the cannons on the other side out the window. And who knows what would happen to the guy actually inside manning them. Well, you know, I suddenly worked out why those things weren't firing, and why it stunk of corpse around the place. We slowly levelled all the defences in the base. Didn't really need to, since we could have just snuck past it, but then I didn't really need to destroy all the houses nearby either, killing countless innocent civilians, and overall making them wish for a British hero to show up and stop me. John of Arc here, just a mere peasant boy with a dream of freeing France from the tyranny of the dolphin overlords. But the hero France needed was nowhere to be found. They'd have to make do with me, killing all the local troops and smashing up their defences and blowing through some of the historic buildings just for good measure. We got into the city without much trouble, and sure enough, we found what we were for some reason looking for.
We have rescued the refugees. Now we shall head to the bridge at the Seine River for the rendezvous with the King's men.
Yeah, refugees? Oh, sorry guys, did those British guys destroy your homes? No? What do you mean cannonballs just rained down from the sky and wrecked everything? Oh no! Surely this is some scheme of the Brits. You better come with me just to be safe. Yeah, damn this war, eh? Please ignore the fact that my forces are raising the whole city over there. That's just a social experiment, yeah. So the new plan was to go and meet up with the army of dolphins to finish capturing the city. It wasn't far to go, but my men were very distracted by all the delicious stuff to burn. Even the refugees had joined in at this point. There was a little incident with a random onager that showed up to avenge its fallen comrades, managing to get a few volleys off that killed half my cannon cucks. Then there was another incident where Jean de Lorraine, the man who knows no pain, took a couple of flaming trees fired from a ballista right to the face and just shrugged it off. You think this is the face of a man who can be killed by a mere terminal velocity redwood covered in burning napalm? Eventually got our people a little more under control and moved on, but something was bothering me. We'd heard that the Dolphin King was planning on betraying me, right? And now, the place he'd said he was going to meet me was right in the middle of the biggest enemy base in the land. Highly suspicious. This is like arranging a drug deal, but the dealer insists that the location be the Chief of Police's office. It's like, this is so obviously a trap that it can't possibly be a trap, right? Well, I'll spare you the endless cycle of bluffing deductions and cut to the shit.
We are all the king could afford to send. Treachery. The king's wicked advisors want to see Joan the Hand. Or worse, we're on our own. We must hurry to Compiègne.
Sorry mate, what did you say? I can't hear you over the sound of destroying our own capital, killing the people we were meant to be saving, and generally doing this whole Free France thing in about the most dickish way possible. So yeah, the Dolphin Dickmaster had sent 2 Dark Age dudes to join the army as an official fuck you from him to me. He probably thought that we'd now die, stuck deep in enemy territory without help and all. Guess he thought the same for the 2 guys stupid enough to be convinced to go on a suicide mission for him just to make a passive-aggressive snub to the girl who wouldn't go to the underwater prom with him. But no, we weren't going down that easy. Our plan was to conquer our way out the other side of the city and go chill with a mate in the country for a bit until all of this died down. I sent one of the king's shit munchers to go check out the prospects on the other side of the river. Stopping briefly to admire Notre Dame itself, he rushed across the bridge, tried to kill a local peasant, and then got fucking blindsided by a ghost in the night onager. His death had been useful then, since now I could turn the hunter into the hunted. Cav rushed in and killed that furniture, since on this occasion I couldn't spam skirmishers. We found an exit nearby, guarded by another castle and whatnot, but that was hardly a threat with Jean the Mean Machine in town. There were more onagers to deal with, but we were on top of the game this time, killing them before they could nuke a single continent, and then quickly annihilating the infantry following behind, plus the gate, the castle, and all that crap. Turned out the exit actually just led to a British military base, so we had to dead more Reds, but no problems there. Now you're probably thinking that about this point, hey nappy boy, if you'd killed all the British soldiers, taken out all the castles and towers, and travelled through the whole damn city, haven't you technically now captured the city on your own? Well yeah, I had, let's admit it. Paris was mine, and I lost like 5 guys. It was a fucking military miracle that only a true master of disaster like myself could ever pull off. But remember, if I stayed there and captured it, it would technically become part of France, the place ruled by the fucking Dolphin Overlord. So better to let it burn so that no one bloody has it. Petty, sure, Morally questionable? Yeah, probably. Hilarious? Too fucking right, mate. So we broke out into the countryside once more, and I sent someone to check if any more bullshit lay in store on the road to my mate's place. He did find that down the lane the Brits had blocked the road with rocks and set up some kind of trap, but the dumb fucks forgot that that was the wrong road, so that wasn't going to do shit. Then on the road I actually was going to take, this happened.
There she is! This time she won't escape!
What? This Burgundian guy thinks that this random guy is me. Or at least he thinks he's a she. And what's this? They changed their stance to neutral. Wait, what? So my dude stumbled into what I can only guess is meant to be a trap from the Burgundy boys, and at the exact same moment they sign a fucking peace treaty with me. This is a mighty mixed message, mates. It's like you show up to the deal in the chief of police's office, the place is lined with cops pointing guns at you, but they're just like, "Oh, go ahead with the deal, we're actually just here to say welcome to the force, you're hired, mate, honest. No, I won't stop pointing a shotgun in your face, it's all standard recruitment procedure, mate." I decided that I should just ignore this diplomatic dickery and prepare to kill these purple posers. They decided my light cavalryman was the hero of France, so we're now chasing him, allowing me to draw them back towards my little picnic site for a trap of my own. As they approached, I ordered my pikes to rush their heavy cav and bring them down. Unfortunately, they just walked past them for some reason, so now those knights and shit were all among my vulnerable bits, killing archers, the refugees, the cannon dudes, the trebuchets. Not me, luckily, as even after seeing me, they were probably too stubborn to admit their earlier mistake and just ploughed on with their plan. It was a pretty poor show for my troops, an even worse trap than the Burgundian one, in fact. But it still just kinda ended after a while because the Burgs walked off somewhere, forgetting about the whole thing. Look, I don't know, alright. These guys were clearly high as a fucking kite. I'm 99% certain that my drug deal analogy actually happened and that these purple guys were the buyers. There was one more feather in the enemy's hat, an onager ambush that we discovered in advance and deconstructed like it was Synecdoche, New York. You know, that postmodern film from 2008 that includes a real estate agent trying to sell a house that's on fire with no explanation?
I'm thinking I should go.
You know, it's a perfect size for someone alone.
I like it. I do. I'm just really concerned about dying in the fire.
It's a big decision how one prefers to die.
Well, if you're not cultured enough to get this reference, the point is, we killed the onagers and went on to Compiègne for a drink. They confusingly said,
You are victorious, and our peasants are safe. I just hope Joan can make it to the castle.
"What do you mean, make it to the castle? It's right fucking there. I'm not as drunk as I sound, you know." Anyway, we had a chance to review some more accurate maps of the area, and I discovered another Berkey boy camp outside of town. Seems those guys didn't buy into the whole "this random guy who just walked up must be Joan of Arc" meme. But then, when I actually walked past, they didn't give a shit either. Inside Paris, we learned of a whole army of grey guys, not British or French by the looks of things, holding some random town square. Looks like we skipped that hassle, whatever that was. Then I saw one of the Dolphin's agents hiding in a patch of trees so dense that the only explanation for how he got there was that he walked to that spot, stood still for 50 years, and the trees grew around him. And then, what the fuck? Is that a fucking cactus? Is this France or not? Is France actually a district in fucking Mexico? And why is the dirt in the shape of the letter E? Is this an alien message? Is this the Nazca lines? What the fucking fuckity flip? And also found out that the Purple Patrol had got into the corner of the map to sulk and think about how shit they were. Should have fucking chased them and finished them off. Now, I'm gonna let the narrator say what he claims actually happened at the end there, but this is not fucking going in the Tapestry. It's just so that you can all see the bullshit I have to deal with. Unroll the Tapestry of lies, love.
As the refugees fled into the chateau of Compiègne, Joan was trapped outside. Burgundian soldiers knocked her from her horse and paraded around as their prisoner.
Right, do I need to step in here? I mean, we just saw us killing all the Burgundians and getting into the base without incident, right? What's all this? What the fuck is all this? When did this happen? And what's this face I'm pulling here? Why has my right eye been replaced with a sad face? And where's the left side of my nose? And what the fuckity shit splits is going on with these bars? Are they in front of me here? Or is that the shadow? In which case, what fucking magic anti-physics angle are the bars being lit from? And is that a fucking albino ferret in the cell with me? Did it lead the armies of fucking Scotland or something? Why is reality collapsing around me?
Your successors, King Napoleon, have taken many by surprise. I have thus taken the liberty of altering a few minor details to ensure the stability of the timeline. I'm sure you will understand.
Fuck off, you space ace basket case. Get the fuck out of my life, out of my timeline, and get me out of this body, or at least out of this fucking jail. Damn, so yeah, the mysterious benefactor who'd brought me here had clearly been warping the timeline or some shit. Now my men were all really sad that I was behind, slash in front of, slash inside bars. So sad were they that they went cross-eyed and their fingers started fusing together. I don't know, look at this shit, you try and explain it.
Paris was the first major defeat ever dealt to our army.
You are victorious!
The first major defeat ever dealt to our army.
The first major defeat ever dealt to our army.
Defeated the British army, captured Paris, freed the oppressed people and led them to safety, destroyed all the British castles, defeated the Burgundian ambush. Yep, sounds like a fucking major defeat to me. Fuck every one of ya. If you don't make it up to me next time, there'll be hell to pay, and I don't fucking take credit cards, mate.